This video is brought to you by Ruko. Hey everybody, Mac here for OCR Kings, and I just completed the 2025 Spartan Killington Beast. Oh my goodness, that was a doozy. Okay, if you've done Killington before, you know the ups and downs are crazy, but I gotta tell you, they changed the course and they went absolutely batshit with the elevation today. It just seems like we were perpetually going up and then we were going down and then we were going up and then we were going down. There was very little flat running, which is fine. That's what you do Killington for. Today's video is brought to you by Ruko. Ruko makes amazing drones, including this one. It will fit right in your pocket. This is the U11MINI 4K drone. Unreal. This thing has a range of up to 20,000 feet. If you're not a math whiz, that means over 3.5 miles. Unbelievable. It weighs 249 grams. It is small, but it is powerful. 3-axis gimbal, 48 megapixel resolution, and it's got a 1/2-inch CMOS chip. Wind stabilization, has a whole bunch of modes to follow you and do all of these other things. Unbelievable. Ruko, check them out. We'll put links in the description below. This is the U11MINI 4K drone. So Killington has been rumored to be the hardest Spartan race out there. I don't know. I think it is. Show me one that's harder. It just wouldn't stop going up. And if you think that you get some relief coming down, no, it just kills your quads. So the course was, I would say, vastly different than the last time I was here. I just seem to remember going up one trail and it seemed like we were coming down this time. And if maybe we were on the right side of the trail as we were going up, we were on the left. But then there was some stuff in the woods I hadn't seen before, and it was nice. It was pretty refreshing. I liked the course layout. You know, normally I don't like to be sans obstacles for a while, but you can't really put obstacles on some of these near cliff sides that you're going up. There was some scrambling going on in the ultra loop, they were telling me. Scramble, if you don't know, you put your hands and your feet down and you're, you know, the ground is like that and you almost got to crawl up there using both hands and feet. Bananas. Crazy. The ultras were having a tough time. I think that there might be quite a few DNFs, and it's not because the athletes weren't up to par. It's just the course was bananas. So if you've run Killington before and you ran it today, let me know if you think I'm close to the mark. That was my feeling. The course was way more like whipsaw up and down. And I have no problem with that. I have to tell you, I am smoked. The bucket carry seemed to go on forever and ever. You know, bucket carries, sandbag carries are these things you do over and over again, and they're, you know, utterly forgettable. But this bucket carry was rough, and though I think the sandbag carry at Palmerton was longer and in the heat more brutal, where they had the sandbag carry at the end of the race here in Killington, I had to put it down. I put it down like 3 or 4 times. I don't like doing that because then you have to go and you have to pick it up again, so it makes more work for yourself. That was a rough one. We were blessed with good weather, though. My goodness, it was absolutely gorgeous out. Not too sunny, not too cloudy, not rainy. It was just the perfect temperature. There were spots that had light breezes. You couldn't ask for better conditions here at Killington. It's really, really great. And sometimes I like to give the poor course directors or the designers, you know, some grief. But I thought the course was laid out pretty well, and it was different. Okay, so it wasn't front-loaded or back-loaded. There weren't a lot of arm-centric obstacles at the end. Okay, there were odd things at the end that you don't normally see. It was like multi-rig was right before the fire jump. There was no buffer. Okay, that's cool. I've seen that before, but it was right after Herc Hoist. Maybe I'm just so conditioned to New Jersey where the things at the end are, you know, arm-centric and they're stacked up in the same order year after year. Olympus was in a weird spot, and I thought it was great. And Twister came out of nowhere. I had forgotten about it by then, and we were going up and down so much. It was a relief to do Twister, which can be a hard obstacle for a lot of folks, including myself, because you could switch to your arms. So hats off to the course directors. As uncomfortable and taxing as that was, it strangely was enjoyable. Maybe it's after the fact because I'm in the parking lot over here and I'm relating my stories, but I wasn't at any point saying, oh my God, when is this going to end? It was one foot in front of the other and keep going up and up and up and up and up and up and up. And that's what you come to Killington for. So didn't disappoint. It did not disappoint at all. They had the new heavier spears here like they did in Palmerton. If anyone was at Palmerton, you saw the brand new spears. They are heavier, and at least I did, I had to aim way high. Okay, here's the target. Normally I'm circles right here. I'm aiming for the top of the circle. I had to aim for the top of the obstacle, the top of the strike face where there's no hay, and it dropped. It was a kill shot. I got him right in the those lower nether regions there, but it stuck and I was on my merry way. So that was cool. Yeah, Olympus is looking a little sad. It's really delaminating and falling apart. I don't know if they're going to replace it with anything or redo the wall faces, but Olympus is looking a little old, a little long in the tooth. So I hope they do something there. So all in all, really, really great. Here's the medal, by the way. If you haven't seen a Beast medal, it's pretty cool. There's the wedge, green. Here's the back. I like the medals this year. I like the ribbons too. Most people don't even notice. These are cool. So whoever designed them, good job. I also picked up one of these today. And usually go to the tent and do the thing. I don't know. So 2X. All right, here's the back. These, I think, came out fantastic this year. Maybe one of these years I'll get one of those giant dinner plates like Tom and David Best. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. So if you have any questions about this race, especially is it really that hard? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Okay. Were there water stations all over the place? Yeah. Did I drink at the water stations? Yeah, that's a new thing for me. Did have my 2 Gatorades and I was drinking, but you got to hydrate, otherwise you'll cramp up. And mustard saved the day again. I packed 10 mustard packets. I'm going to count later on and see how many I had. But if I felt even the slightest twinge in my calves, I had a mustard and it was like, okay, boom. I did eat 2 peanut butters today too. You needed those extra, calories, and I didn't want the big sugar belly and bonk and all of that. After eating peanut butter packets, I felt amazing. I was like, okay, bring on the next hill. Bring on the next obstacle. I would rather you bring on the next obstacle, so do that instead. So all in all, great experience. This is Spartan's Fall Classic. This is the right around 9/11, the September Classic up here in Killington, Vermont. If you haven't done it and you're considering it, you absolutely should. Amazing. Attendance today was off the charts. I parked in a lower lot, which I've never done before, and there were very few cars when I rolled in. I was going to run in the 8:45 wave. I said, oh boy, okay, not looking good. But I took the bus, and as we were going up the access road to the mountain, there were cars everywhere. Both sides of the street parked, bumper to bumper. And then, in some of the parking lots where we've parked before, they were packed. Absolutely packed, and it is that's fantastic to see. I've seen some familiar faces. I've seen some of the old salts, but I've seen some new people, and I've seen some new young people, and that is great. Spartan, whatever you're doing, know that it's working and keep doing it. So, right on. So, I hope to see you guys out there on the next one. But until that time, remember, as always, train hard, have fun.